Hey, Bridget. Hey, y'all. So, y'all know this is typically not my day, but I already talked to Fee earlier, so she just went on live. So, I thought I would hop on here and we can do a quick little journal moment. If you did not catch Gold Mine and Coco's live, make sure you check it out this evening and go see what the new releases are. Because they're cute. They're real cute. And if you need a code, I have one that drops in my description. So make sure you check those out. All right, so today's title is gratitude, and we're going to talk about gratitude because today was just quite an interesting day. Um, some good things, some not so good things. So y'all know when I talk about using a journal, we write about the great, the good, and the not so good. So I was like, let's come on here and talk about the great, the good, and the not so good. All right, so we're going to start with the not so good. I feel like we should build up to the great. All right, so the not so good is, y'all, so I had to go to work and I just was in like a really funky mood. I've been in a really funky mood all week. So I took my L-theanine, y'all. I was like, let me take my mood enhancer. It's a supplement, y'all. So I took that, fine. I finally got it together and went to my investment job that I did not want to go to, but nonetheless, I got there. I went. I finally got the stuff done. So I leave and I'm headed home. Well, when I'm heading home, I get a notification that my Happy Mail is there. Y'all gonna see my Happy Mail in a minute. If you watch the video, you already know what I'm talking about. The one that I recorded today. Y'all, so I slow up because there's a red light. And there's the MARTA, which is our bus system behind us. And so this car had to go around the bus, y'all, and ran into the back of me. So let's go ahead and put the disclaimer. I am fine. I'm okay. And that's where you get this word gratitude. I literally got out the car. I probably wanted to fight him, okay? Just truth be told. Wanted to fight him because most of y'all know I just got my car. But can we talk about how it literally was only like a minor crack here and a minor crack there? Like, no damage. No damage. No damage to the point calling the cops would have been more of a headache. So I said, you know what? Amen. Praise the Lord. When I say y'all, literally, I haven't really been as grateful, and this is just my transparency, as grateful for my car as I could be, because I'm just financially not where I need to be in life. So I'm always focused on what's not working, what's not working, what's not working, what's not working. And so I kind of feel like, and I believe in the Lord. So if you don't, whoever you believe in. But sometimes I feel like the higher being gets your attention when you just don't know how to be grateful. And if I didn't learn nothing about being grateful, I shall learn that mug today. Because that could have gone so differently. That could have put me in a whole nother financial bind. And when I say, your girl is happy. I'm thankful. So I was like, let me come on here and do a little gratitude journal entry. So that was my not so good, but it then still turned into, you need to be humble because I could have been hurt. It just, so many things could have gone wrong, but so many things went right. So I am super, super thankful for that. And I am thankful for learning how to see all sides. Now, that does not mean I wasn't 38 high, okay? Let's keep this clear. The emotions were still like, bruh, But this day and age, you kind of got to be a little humble because you don't know what folks got on them and all that. So, but nonetheless, y'all, everything turned out well. I'm fine. I'm going to take a little Tylenol tonight because if you've ever been in an accident, you never know how you're going to feel the next day. But it just, I'm thankful. And so now I can say, you know what? I love my little car. I love my little car. It gets me to point A, B, and C, D, E, F, and G. And that baby said, we got a strong little body. Don't sleep on me. So, yeah, that was that. This is the Pentel Milky Pop. And then the Jelly Rolls is the Moonlight 06. That's what that was. So, y'all, that was that. So, the good was I finally got over my attitude about my investment job. I call it investment job, and I got through that, okay? Now the great, let's take a pause from this journal real quick. So y'all, I got my Erin Condren planner, and I think I'm gonna like it. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing that I do not like. I don't know what chemical they use to print these pages, but I'm real like, what you call that? Sensitive to smells. So I'm like, are my lips tingling? Yeah, but I be real extra. So I don't like the smell of the paper. That would probably be my only gripe. And then I have to adjust to the feel of the paper because it's different for me because I have a plum paper. I have inserts from Inkwell Press. So I'm definitely adjusting. But the smell of the paper, I'm really going to put a bounce sheet in between this book tonight. All jokes aside, I am. Because I don't like the smell of the paper. So I got my name, Journal Jot and Jive, and a Renee, and this is going to be a genuine life planner. So again, I am excited about that. Okay, so y'all say sit it in the car, it'll go. Yeah, because I was like, are my lips tingling? Because I did this. What in the world do they put on this paper? So yeah, I'm not going to use it like everybody else does. Y'all know I'm a little extra, but I did go ahead and set up a vision board for July because this planner doesn't start until July. And if you want to know more about why I set this up, yeah, you can go on and catch that video and watch that. But I'm excited. So there will be little journal moments here and there and here. So that was my excitement. Oh, no, I don't waste no time now. I didn't write in it. I'm still nervous to put my pen to it, but that'll be done. That'll be done tonight. I slapped some stickers down because this is going to be my little fun part. But yeah, so y'all, today has been, it's been a day. It has definitely been a day. So when you hear me say write about the great, the good, and the not so good, you can have all of that occur in one single day. One single day. I know, right? Someone is like, I smell paper. I'm like, what is that smell? So I'm going to write over here just to kind of give y'all a guide of things to remember to write about. I'm just going to write that phrase, journal the great, the good, and the not so good. Listen, y'all, when it comes to me and new toys, I'm like, ooh, let me see what this looks like. So probably by the time I do a video, that book will have so much stuff in it. I'm looking for one of my paint pens. One of my paint pens. And I don't think we're going to get that paint pen tonight. So let's go ahead and write. Yes, we are. I see it in my drawer. All right. So again, you want to remember 3 things to write about. So journal tips. Wait a minute, that thing come out. Yeah, I might not be getting no journal tip if this little thing I want to write. All right, there we are. Journal tips. All right, and so with your journal tips, if you are new to watching this channel and you're like, okay, she was just talking about a planner, but she's talking about a journal. What the heck? We're back to journal moments. So we're going to do a couple of journal tips just to kind of get y'all in a habit of when you're writing in your journal. So if you find yourself like, oh my goodness, every time I write, everything is just so negative, you can always flip to your journal tip page. And then you can remember, okay, I do have more in life that I could be writing about. All right, so you're going to remember to write. And some of these pens are bone dry thing. Okay, this one's not. So remember to write the great, the good, and the not so good, okay? The great, the good, and the not so good. And so the thing about that is this is going to keep your journal from looking like a broken record. And a broken record can go two ways, right? You can have a journal that mimics your life as perfection, and that's not your truth because you don't want to see all parts of your life. I know we always talk about a journal being a broken record where everything is where you're mad at something, someone, something, but there are people that will not face all sides of their lives, so they will paint this perfect picture of their lives and they're just going through this motion like, I'm so positive, everything is so amazing, and they're not dealing with all sides. And then at some point you will see a crash and a burn with those people. So if you are that person and you find yourself when you're writing in the journal that you're pretending like the world is just on go and there's no peaks and valleys, then I would encourage you to look at your journal moments a little bit differently. And one of the questions you could ask yourself, why am I afraid to write all aspects of my life? And that's actually a journal entry in itself. All right, so those are going to be the things that you can keep. Now, when you have a journal, y'all, you can pull out a sticker book. You can add some extra elements in there. And that can also take some of the stress that some people have when it comes to using a journal, where you feel like I got to fill up the whole page. If that is overwhelming for you, go ahead and pull out 800 sticker books that you already own, and then go ahead and put those stickers down and make your page how you want it to look. Okay, so let's see. So there's a sticker that says one day at a time. And you can even take that same concept, one day at a time, one word at a time. And your journal entry, again, does not have to be perfection. Like I tell y'all all the time, if you lie to some pages that can't talk back, you'll lie to anything walking. All right, so that says one day at a time. So another thing we're going to write on these journal tips, be authentic. Right, let the journal see you. Even if it is talking back, we can't hear it. It's in its own world. Tell the pages. And I tell y'all all the time, more of y'all tell social media more of your business than you'll tell the journal. So I beg to differ that people can't journal. I just think, now I do remember having a conversation with Tarshelle, and she made a valid point. It's easy to talk to social media because people on social media can feed into whatever you put. So at the end of the day, anytime we post, everybody is posting for a response. I don't care if it's positive or if it's negative. We all post for some reaction, okay? So if I'm posting this, my reaction is to see, are they going to take to learning about using a journal? Do they like it? Do they not? Did they gain anything from it? If I post a picture of my Erin Condren, I want to know what y'all think. Like, is this girl fool? She got a whole nother planner. Or did you learn something from that? So it's so easy to say, oh, I just post for the fun of it. I post for this, and that. But no, in actuality, here's the phrase, I post because I want to. Or I just post because I'm just doing, I need something to do. Well, you can put it in your journal, open it back up, read it, reread it again, and again and again. But the thing about a journal is you're actually dealing with yourself. You're reflecting, you're writing, you're reading, and you're kind of having a conversation with yourself like, okay, what am I trying to gain from this? But most people are fearful of reading that, right? Some people are even fearful of seeing good things down in their journal. So you could have something to the fact of, I've been writing something negative for so long. If I write something positive in my journal, I have to admit that things are getting better. Some people are used to living in chaos. And so when they see something really positive or good, it scares them. So that's something with journals, y'all. Like, it's a journey. It's different. And I know that everybody won't reach that place at the same time, but I just would equally encourage everybody, try something different, try something new. So that is that. All right, so we said, remember to write the great, the good, and then be authentic. So I'm putting be authentic in your recordings. So again, you want to be authentic in your recordings. You want to write your truth, and your truth may change over time. So what you may feel at this point, you'll be able to look back and see if you've grown for something, like from something. Again, I used to be that person. I post what I want. I'm going to do what I want to do, whatever, whatever, whatever. I don't care what anybody has to say. But at the end of the day, we care. we care what people say to some extent. Now, do you learn how to let your skin be a little bit thicker? Absolutely. But a lot of that comes from growth and healing and observation. Hey. All right, so we have our journal tips. You're going to remember to write the great, the good, and the not so good. Then you're going to be authentic in your recordings. I'm telling you, Facebook is not your journal. Let me tell y'all how Facebook will humble you really, really quick. Between the years 2009 through 2013, 14, y'all, Facebook was my journal. And here's the issue with that. Facebook now likes to do throwbacks where they bring up things that you used to say and things that you used to do. And so that is definitely in your face. Y'all, my battery is low, so I know we're not going to be on here that much longer. But Facebook will throw stuff in your face and you like, oh my God, what was I going through? Ooh, those memories are horrible. However, the one thing for me, those memories are the reason that I can bring you the journal prompts that I have. Now, it's not the most comfortable thing when I see that stuff pop up because I'm like, girl, it's horrible. However, my calling is a little different. So, my calling may be to help y'all not go down that same path that I went down. So if you have an issue with a friend, call them. If you can't call them, write a letter. If you can't write a letter, pray, write in your journal, and let it go until you're able to face those realities. If you have issues with your family, don't put it. If you got issues in your relationship and it's not life-threatening, leave it alone. Now, if you got an SOS for somebody to help you to get out of a situation, that's a whole nother thing. However, if it's something that's going on in your relationship, y'all leave it off of social media, because what happens is you look crazy when you go back, because everybody's like, oh, she back at it. And at the end of the day, nobody really cares. You become a conversation for a minute and then things go on. So that just would be a little of my thoughts to give to you all. All right. So you're going to be authentic in your recordings. And then lastly, you're going to remember your pages will not judge you. All right, so your pages won't judge you. But people do. If you ever need to remember that, your pages won't judge you, but people do. So at the end of the day, you can write in your journal, you can reflect, you can go back and learn. You'll learn new things about yourself. Like if you honestly let the pen flow without pause, you will learn so much about yourself when you go back and read and then you revisit those things. So these are just a couple of journal tips. Remember to write the great, the good, and the not so good. Be authentic in your recordings. Your pages will not judge you. You do not have to write every single day. You don't have to write Dear Diary things. Like we say, you can write affirmations, writing your goals down. When you do an accomplishment or you actually have a win for the week or whatever the case may be, Write that. Now, when you write that, be very, very, very descriptive, right? Because when things are bad, we're going to write everything. We're going to tell you what we had on, what the weather was like, who the person at the stop sign, what he looked or he or she looked like, what song was on when you were mad, what the time was. You have all those descriptions for things that are not good. But when it comes to something that is very good, oh, I had a great day. The end. Like, what was great about your day? Where were you when the great situation happened for you? Who were you with? Were you by yourself? You know, those are the things in your journal entries that you add. I mean, like, what else do you plan to gain from that? We never elaborate on good things. We elaborate on bad things. So it's learning that balance and that shift, that it is okay to be happy. It is okay to advance in situations, and it's okay to talk about it. So those are my tips. Yeah, that's my tips, y'all. I just want to hop on real quick, tell y'all about my day and how, for me, sometimes I get humbled when I'm not showing enough gratitude. So these are the journal tips. If you have to review this video again, then you can look at the notes. You can write about it. And then as you start doing your journal entries along the way, you'll kind of see things develop a little bit differently in your journal thing. So let me see if I got a couple of stickers that I can put in here. And then I'm about to look at this battery. Okay, we got a couple of more. A little bit more on here. All right, so let's do, let's see what I can put on here. Sticker. We ain't putting nothing sticker wise. I'm gonna find one of my florals. Let's find us a cute little floral page. Find us a floral. Ooh, this is pretty. I like this one. All right. I think this is gonna be our floral page. Let's see, do I have anything left on these? Oh. All right, yeah, so this is gonna be my floral page, and I'm gonna washi it in. Gonna washi. I don't like that washi. I'm gonna washi it in with the abstract green, hopefully. But yeah, so y'all, if y'all have something to be grateful for today, let me rephrase that. Out of your day, even if this was not the best day for you, find at least one thing that you can be openly grateful for and write about it. And then in your journal entry tonight, do the trio. Write about the great, the good, and the not so good. If there was something that you didn't like about today, go ahead and write in your journal about that. And just be very authentic in that. And before we get off of here, do y'all have any questions about using your journal? Do you need any ideas or any suggestions? Let me know. Let me know if you have any other questions. And like I said, I know this isn't our regular day. I just wanted to pop in real quick. And do a little spread. Oh, thank you, Tershell. It's on the way. You gonna get it. Oh, how do I choose them? So usually I'll find a color and pull from it, D Jones. So like, even though these greens don't go together, that green is still in there a little bit. So all I did was like, oh, I got a little green washi. Let me pull that. And then I'll put something like right here just to make the pages a little cohesive. And then I like abstract art. So typically I'll put stuff together that the average person might not put together. So you just kind of like, you just let it flow. Yes, I do visual journal without words. I have to do that one day on here. So I may, like, for example, take a sheet like this and some, yeah, it's definitely a thing. So I might take this and some different card stock, and I might have pictures of something that can tell a story, or I might draw some things that will still tell the story. Yep, you sure can do visual journaling. It's definitely a thing. It's actually therapeutic. It is definitely therapeutic. And so if you wanted your words to pop off the page, y'all, you can just go and kind of make a little border around your words a little bit. Just kind of go on the inside or the outside of it. I'm not paying attention to my percentage, so if it cuts off on us, just know that my phone said peace out, Cub Scout. Because it is definitely, I got to take some apps off my phone because something is draining my battery. And this is way before I was doing YouTube today. So there has to be something open in my back screen. No, I don't draw like that. I'm not the greatest art. Let me not say that. I don't take the time to brush up on drawing. So I don't really draw or anything like that. That is something that was on my list to do this year. Was to start brushing up on drawing, just more so for a hobby wise. And so yeah, so if you have your white pen, this is how you get your words to pop off your page. Yes, focus and forgiveness. Thank you, Anika. And so you see how that pink will pull from this little pink right in here. It's a little shadow of pink in here that most of y'all probably can't see. And that's just pulling from that right there. And so what'll happen is I'll get off of here and I'll, in my regular everyday journal, is where I will write all of those components, the great, the good, and the not so good. So I'll have all of that in here. But as we got on here, I'm like, let me give some journal tips just in case people check this video out a little bit later. If y'all know anybody that can benefit from the video, please don't hesitate to share the link. I know people won't necessarily speak outwardly on here, but I know there are a lot of people that will ask about journaling. And that was not the one that I was looking for, y'all. So definitely link them if you don't mind sharing. You said, can you add a note for the a sticky note for visual journaling? Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, now y'all, you can actually do sticky notes in your journal. It's like a really cool concept. We'll have to do that one night and do sticky notes just to add a different element to your journal. All right, y'all. I think this is Why my yellow pens always dry up because they know I like them. I get really mad because that one is like more of a broader tip. So for sure, these are our journal tips. Remember to write the great, the good, and the not so good. Be authentic in your recordings. Let's put a little heart over that eye. I'm not good about dotting my I's. Thank you, Angela. And then if I wanted to, I could add another piece of paper on top of here, and or I can go in and write some little small notes in here if I wanted to with like a black pen, and that will pop off of the page. So that's all that I have for y'all tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture of this and post it on Instagram so people can actually see some of the tips. And then if I wanted to do this, y'all, I could put a little note right there. So you could actually put something right there, but I'm not ready to stick this down yet. And I don't have any removable adhesive. So this is the spread. But if I wanted to keep this on here for right now, I could always take like a little paper clip and clip it in. Let's see. I could take a paper clip, or I could do an adhesive pocket on here and drop that in there if I wanted to. So those are just some tips on how to bring your pages to life so you can actually enjoy journal moments and not run away from them. So the next time you feel like writing a post that you're trying to reach someone else, reach out and touch your journal and talk to your journal so your journal can slow you down a little bit. And until next time, y'all, get those pens flowing and going. I'll check y'all on the next one.